Hey everybody, it's Jonathan here. I know we're a week into August and just getting this video out. Just was been trying to find a date to have our August event for swimming and just not going to work out this year. I know the last 4 years we've been doing a swim pool party and just not been able to make it work this year. The pool's closing a little bit earlier and with me being out of town for a work trip. Just not able to get that one in, so I apologize for that, but we'll get the next event next year on the schedule this time. So one thing I just want to cover with you here, I know we're a week into August. You're probably in the grind if you have kids, getting them ready for school and school shopping and all that stuff. I know we're in the mix of that as well. So hopefully you have a great August and can enjoy the rest of summer before all that chaos does start again. And if there's any questions throughout August, of course, don't hesitate to reach out. One thing I just want to cover and go over with you here today is just some market stats. I know we have kind of a brief overview every month within the newsletter, but I'm just going to share my screen here and kind of go over the stats for the year on what's kind of going on. Hopefully you are able to see my screen and kind of just going to go through some of these numbers, not numbers directly, just kind of explain it a little bit. But the first one here is just the number of listings. Looking at the blue, this is our active listings. Right now we are up, as indicated in our newsletter. The number of listings are up compared to previous months, big low dip back in February, and then it's just been slowly creeping up here throughout the summer, which is great for if you are or know people that are looking to buy it. Just increase of inventory gives some options within that number of listings. Obviously there's a lot of tighter pockets, if they're looking under 300. Definitely not a lot of properties for sale, or you get caught in some multiple offers. If it's priced right and it's a really good solid property, things are going really quick there. You will see a higher number that are 350 plus, getting into the 450, 500. Those listings are on a little bit longer. Kind of looking at list price, took a little bit of a dip in the list price overall. This is the whole Grand Forks MLS overall. Took a little dip in the average list price this last month of July. However, they are up since December of 23. Just kind of slowly went up, then had a little bit of a dip in the spring, and then just kind of went up and then stayed pretty level throughout the summer here. I would anticipate seeing that continue to stay level, potentially have a little bit of an increase. But overall, I would say the listing prices, you're going to see a kind of a steady pace there. Some of the things that go into that, obviously, you've got very expensive homes, and you have some that are very lower, a lot of rural properties, small towns. So that gives you an average of everything out on the market. Another number I just want to pay attention to is this absorption rate. So what that means is how many months it would take if nothing was listed today. This is how long we would have inventory based on how many homes are sold each month. And right now we are at a 3.4 months worth of inventory compared to February here when we were 2.5 months of inventory. So nice to see that increase. It just gives our buyers more options, more opportunities out there. So I would say you're going to continue to see that rise a little bit with the interest rates coming down. People are looking to make that move a little bit more. So you might see a little bit more homes on the market. Sold to list ratio, obviously that all depends on how it was priced. If it's priced right, if it's if it's priced accordingly, then they sell real close. If it's priced too high or too low, obviously then that fluctuates, makes that number change. But overall, market's been real strong, so things have been selling appropriately. Some of the lower stuff in the mid twos, a lot of multiple offers, which brings that sold to list price ratio up a little bit. And then you have the higher end market that comes down a little bit more, just because it's been sitting on the market a little longer. Looking and talking about staying on the market, we have the days on market, average days on market. Right now, it's just below 80 days on the market is the average for July this year, which is significantly down from February, which obviously is in the throes of winter. Typically have longer days on market that got listed in the fall or closer into the winter of the previous year. So then through the summer and spring, you see that number start coming down. And I would say we're going to see that for the next 1 or 2 months, and then we might see a little bit of an incline of days on market. I guess, of course, that plays a role of everything out there. So stuff that's real hot and doesn't last real long, and then you have the again that stuff that's over 400,000, which stays on the market typically a little bit longer. But so that just kind of gives you the average overall. And then down here is just kind of a summary of all those graphs and what that looks like. So just because our average list price is $319 and this average sales price is $251, that just says that there's higher end homes that are being listed than what's being sold. So it doesn't mean that people that are listing at $319 are selling for $250. I haven't seen major price reductions like that or price concessions unless it was something that's been on the market a long time. It's typically in the higher range, and it just didn't sell, so then it was time to make that large adjustment. But typically haven't seen that happen. So it's not a direct relationship to the list to sales price. But it gives you what July of 24 looks like versus July of 23. You know, average sales price is up 30,000, average list price is down 40. Again, that or up 40, excuse me. With the interest rate starting to decline a little bit compared to last year, then you start seeing the higher priced homes being listed and being put on the market, so that changes that average list price. These sold and pending listings, this goes, you've got this month, so July 24 versus 23, and then pending listings July 24, 23, and then also year to date as a year overall from January till July. So this gives the whole overview of how many properties are listed and sold and within certain price ranges. So you're able to kind of scan through that a little bit more. But you can see where that hot market is at from 200 to 400 basically is that real hot market of the number of listings that are being sold. So kind of gives you a good idea of where that's at. And then of course you have active listings and new listings. Again, you can see the higher numbers of how many are currently active and new. And so you can get a good idea of what's the available inventory, what's available out there. And so if you know of anybody looking, or if you're looking to make a move, this just kind of gives you a little snapshot of what it looks like up to the July. So again, just wanted to kind of give you that kind of a good rundown, solid rundown of what this year has looked like up until through July. You know, overall, it's been a nice, strong selling and buying market. Interest rates are coming down a little bit. Makes it good for buyers, great for sellers because especially at the higher end where people weren't purchasing, now they're going to start coming back and making those purchases. So Again, if you have any questions on these numbers or your home specifically, we can kind of cater those numbers and talk specifically to you about what yours looks like. But other than that, hopefully you have a good rest of August. If you have kids getting ready for school, then good luck getting all their school supplies and getting that ready to go. Like myself, I got one new freshman. Emma's starting her freshman year, and Isabel's going into her first year of college, and Nicholas is in fifth, and Grace is in her last year for undergrad. So we have a lot of moving parts too, and it's always exciting time of year and a lot of things going on. A lot of busy, gets busy with back to school things. So I understand how things are going on your end too. So if there's anywhere in there that we can answer any questions for you, again, don't hesitate to reach out. And again, sorry we couldn't get that pool party together for this year, but we'll make sure that we look earlier. I'm trying to secure that date with the basically with the park board and trying to get that together. So have a good August, and we'll chat again. If I don't see you, we'll see you again in September. So have a great rest of the month. See you soon.